Every day, people from all walks of life visited Mrs. Thompson's bookstore. They would browse through the shelves, searching for stories that resonated with their own experiences. But little did they know that the real treasure lay in Mrs. Thompson herself. One afternoon, a young woman named Emily walked into the store. She seemed lost, burdened by the weight of her struggles. Mrs. Thompson noticed the sadness in her eyes and offered her a comforting cup of tea. As they sat together, Mrs. Thompson began sharing her own story, one filled with love, loss, and resilience. She spoke about the challenges she had faced, the dreams she had pursued, and the lessons she had learned along the way. Emily listened intently, finding solace in the wisdom Mrs. Thompson imparted. From that day on, Emily would visit the bookstore regularly. She found refuge in Mrs. Thompson's stories, discovering that she wasn't alone in her struggles. Mrs. Thompson's life story became a beacon of hope for Emily, showing her that despite the hardships, there was always a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. Through Mrs. Thompson, Emily met other visitors who shared their own stories. Each person had walked a unique path, but they all had one thing in common: the strength to face life's challenges with courage and grace. As time passed, Emily learned that the bookstore was not just a place to find books, but a sanctuary of shared experiences. Everyone who crossed its threshold had their own story, tales of love, heartbreak, success, and resilience. And so, the bookstore became a testament to the power of stories in bringing people together, reminding them that everyone has a story in life. Each story, no matter how big or small, has the potential to inspire, heal, and unite. As Mrs. Thompson once said, "We are all authors of our own narratives, and through sharing our stories, we connect with the heart of humanity."